In this video, I'm going to show you something really different you can do when you're visiting Vancouver Island. And that something is to spend a whole day on a working boat, travelling between two towns, stopping at some amazing small settlements as you travel along the route. If you're new to my channel, I try to not only show off the location or the activity, but also give some useful information such as ticket prices as well. The journey starts in the town of Port Alberni and finishes in the small town of Bamfield. And this is the vessel that will take you there, the MV Frances Barclay. It's a 65-year-old vessel, originally it comes from Norway. And as you'll see throughout the video, it carries tourists, it carries people that live in these various towns, and also carries vital cargo for these towns. Here you can see the actual route the vessel takes and some of the stops it makes along the way. So if you take the full day trip, it's 8 AM to 5 PM. How much does that cost? It's $95 per person. There is a reduced rate for 8 to 15-year-olds and under 7s are free. You can also buy food on board the vessel. Here you can see the menu. I will add a link to the website in the description below. You are of course free to take your own food and drink on board. So the vessel is operated by Lady Rose Marine Services, and the sailing is at 8 sharp, so they advise you get there 7:15, 7:30 to make sure you're on board and it's ready to sail on time. We've never really done anything like this before. Yes, we've had a few sort of dinner cruises around the harbour of various locations, but never spent a whole day in a sort of working vessel, and we really enjoyed it. It was just something different. It was mid-June when we took this boat trip, so you'll see there's loads of seating options. It wasn't too busy, loads of seats inside and outside depending on the weather. For us, we were lucky, it was a nice sunny day. Here you can see the upper deck indoor seating area. And the indoor seating on the lower deck. This is also where the galley is, or the kitchen. The food options available, you had breakfast options, you had lunch options, which were sort of hamburgers, hot dogs. You also had some soups, sandwiches, teas, coffees, soft drinks and some beers. So overall, quite a good selection. The chef was an Australian guy, really friendly, really chatty, and overall I thought the food was quite good. No card payment facilities on board the vessel, so it's cash only. There's also male and female toilets on board. And right on schedule, we were sailing away from the berth in Port Alberni and heading to our first destination, which was Kildonan. Vancouver Island in general is quite amazing, quite stunning scenery, and this is no different. And quite soon you start to see these really isolated properties just on the edge of the water. Let me know in the comments below, would you like to live in a property like this? Then we arrived at our first destination, which was Kildonan Post Office. This is one of the few remaining floating post offices in Canada. After dropping off and collecting the mail, the next stop, we didn't actually berth. You can see here a couple of boats, barges came out to meet the vessel to get their supplies. And then we arrived at our next stop, Haggards Cove. Here you can see it's a job for the full family. We have the family pet there as well. I guess it's expecting a delivery of dog food. So once again, followed the same process, offloaded some essential cargo. I think this time I spotted a fridge freezer and also possibly a washing machine, I think. And then off they went with the dog as well, and we continued to our next destination, which was Bamfield. We arrived at Bamfield around about 12:30, and you have an hour ashore here. We decided to have lunch at Flora's restaurant in the Bamfield Inn. The food and service here was excellent, and some of you may recognise the classic Canadian dish that my wife had. After lunch we decided to take a walk along the boardwalk. Just a short distance away from the Bamfield Inn there's a convenience store. Here you can buy snacks, you can buy pizza. For us, we just tried out some of the lovely ice cream they had. If you continue along the boardwalk another few minutes, you'll come to Brady's Gallery. Here you could pick up a souvenir of your visit if you wanted. They have lots of handmade crafts. I believe they also sell coffee beans from the Bamfield Coffee Company. And then it was time to head back to the vessel. Just be aware the vessel does leave the berth and goes and refuels, so make sure when you come off the vessel at Bamfield you take everything you need with you. If you want to leave anything, you can leave it, it's safe, you can leave it on the vessel. One thing I should add, the crew on board are very helpful. The captain makes numerous announcements about what we are passing, if they spot any wildlife for example, and they advise you when we are arriving at a destination. So yeah, the crew overall really helpful, give lots of good information. We didn't see much wildlife on the way there or the way back, however we did spot this humpback whale on the return journey. We also spotted a few eagles perched in the trees. Just before 5 PM we arrived back in Port Alberni. I do hope you've enjoyed this video and found the information useful. If you have, please consider hitting the thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any future content. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one.